It's a lot about these snakes that a lot of people don't know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and go on.
It ain't easy chasing our dreams. Some of us get lost in chasing the cream.
What's going on, world? It's Sincere with Sincere Exotics. That's Brooklyn, that's Chapo right there in the background. But today we're gonna just touch on a couple of topics. Ball python care, just random topics real quick, all over the place stuff. And I just hope you enjoy this video. I'm gonna talk to y'all about how these ball pythons are therapeutic to me. I know these reptiles come with a lot of baggage. You know, like their reputation is just all over the place. Some people love them, some people hate them. So you know, there are animals that can help out people that have whatever going on in their life. Depression, anxiety issues, or whatever. And you know, you get animals or pets to calm you down, or to keep you occupied, to keep your mind occupied, put it like that. And I feel that these pet snakes are the best pet on this planet, believe it or not. You can rely on it, on this animal to calm you down. You have no choice, because basically handling them, you just got to be very agile with it, very calm and easy when they're so little and delicate like this. And then you also don't want to aggravate it so it can start getting aggressive and biting you. As I let it go through my hands, just the feeling of it crawling through my hands is calming in itself. The way it runs through your skin, and you know, there's so many reasons why I feel that these animals are therapeutic. And why they are also the best pet. Because they don't make noise. They do hiss, but that's very light. They don't make noise like a dog or any other animal. If you wanted to go away on a vacation, you don't really have to worry about how you're going to take care of this animal. As long as you have it with some fresh water, you can go away for a week and come back and feed it again. You can't do that with a dog or anything else. They live a long time. So once you have one, understand that it will be around for a long time. So you have to learn your animal. You can't just get it and just let it go like I see people do. That's just not right. Once you got it, you got it. Learn it and become one with your animal, because it's gonna be a long journey with it. Because from my understanding, they live between like 30. They can live up to like 30 years, maybe more, all depending. But when they're little like this, they're very delicate. Like they can die quick. So when you get them at a hatchling size, you want to be very, very careful with them, and you want to make sure you feed them right, and you also want to make sure that humidity is right. You want to make sure that the temperatures is right. It's a lot about these snakes that a lot of people don't know. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and go on to our next topic. Now, what we're going to talk about is care. Like, I already said that these ball pythons are very therapeutic to me, but you also got to learn how to care for them. And this right here, he's not used to being handled. He's very fast. He's on flight mode all the time. So don't worry, I'm trying to socialize him, and I'm doing a video with him while I'm doing that. But anyways, you want to make sure that you have the correct temperatures, because if it's too hot, you can kill your animal, and if it's too cold, you can kill your animal. If it's too much humidity, you can hurt your animal. So much to it. So what a lot of people do is they'll see these pretty snakes in the stores, and they just want it. They see a tank, they get the tank, the bedding, this cool little figurine that goes inside, a little hide, looking like either some Egyptian thing or a tree log or whatever it is, and a bowl of water, and they go home and they got a heat pad, and they got the little temperature thermometers, and everything is a go. That's what we're thinking. But no, everything is not a go. and everything, it's not okay. Why? Because you definitely need to get a thermostat. That's one of the biggest things that a lot of people, ball python owners, forget. And that's one of the biggest killers. He is so frigid. He is not used to being handled. That's one of the biggest killers of these snakes. Us. Not knowing how to take care of them. So you go ahead and you get your new tank and your new snake, and you go ahead and set it all up nice and pretty. Got your little heat lamp. Some people even put a heat rock. Big no-no. But I'll get to it. So you get this nice setup, your nice little substrate. The substrate is the bedding, what you put in there. We call it substrate in the snake world. And got your nice substrate in there. You got it looking all pretty, and then you go ahead and you put your snake in there. Got the heat pad underneath it there, and you got the heat lamp, and you got the heat rock. What do you see wrong there? You got the heat pad, heat lamp, heat rock. No thermostat. Almost said thermometer, but no thermostat. So eventually what's going to happen is you're going to have a roasted snake. You're going to have cooked snake. You're going to kill your snake. You're going to burn it to death. So the purpose of a thermostat, got my dogs in the background acting up now. Hey. I got the snake over here and the dogs. So anyways, the thermostat, this guy tried to bite me in my face one time too. So the thermostat will be, Chapo, Brooklyn, cut it out. The thermostat will regulate the heat temperatures. It will let you know when it's time to, it would actually do it for you. It will monitor the heat and it will keep it a certain temperature. But if you don't use that and you don't monitor the heat, you're going to have a cooked snake. And we can't have that. So, use a thermostat. When you're buying your new snake and you're putting it in a new enclosure, because you need to regulate the heat. Because if you don't regulate the heat, you're going to kill your animal. So, this is a different one. See his eyes? He has like a certain tint on his skin, and his belly is pinkish red. Like, I don't know if y'all can really see that. He's in shed. Temperatures are very important. The humidity levels are very important when it comes to these animals, because if your temperature level is not proper, and if your temperatures are not right and your humidity levels are not proper, your snake will not be able to shed its skin fully. It will have stuck shed. It will be an unhappy snake. It could even die. It won't eat properly. There's so many things if you're not keeping the temperatures right. So you got to monitor your temperatures. Make sure that you have that thermostat set to the setting that you like it and what you prefer. Everybody has their own preference. I prefer to use 88 degrees for my rack system, and I keep it there all the time. I keep the same temperature all year long. But yeah, another thing is when they're in shed like this, it's called blue, because their eyes turn blue. It's like a thin layer of skin that's getting ready to come off, and it changes and it covers their eyes, so they're actually blind. So while they're blind, they're not able to see well. So everything is a threat if they can't see well. So that's one of the highest, the highest times that they may be able to try to bite at you, because they don't know and they're a little afraid. So just be careful when your snake is in shed. Try not to handle it as much. I'm only doing this for the purpose of this video, so y'all can understand temperaments and understanding your ball python, because get something that's pretty and don't understand it and then you lose it, it's gonna hurt. And I'd rather see these animals live a happy, healthy life than an unhappy, unhealthy life. Exactly. Even my dogs agree. So make sure you keep a good temperature settings. Make sure you got the good humidity levels. And then we're going to talk about water. Because a lot of people don't keep up with that fresh water in their tanks and their tubs or their environments. And what happens is the water, cut it out. The water gets old and dirty and the snake swims around in it and then it gets stale. Because remember, it's still water. It sits still. Cut it out, girl. It sits still. Alright, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I had to go deal with the dog real quick. She over here trying to get some shine. She's still there, look. Both of them. They're my audience. Just to let y'all know. They're always my audience. They're my best. They're my biggest fans. So yeah. Like I was saying though, when they're in shed, you want to not handle them as often. So try your best to leave them alone and let them be. You don't want the temperatures too hot. You want the humidity levels to be just right. By doing that, you have a thermostat, and you set that thermostat the proper way. If you don't have a thermostat, you will never probably be able to get that done, and you will kill your animal. And that's what I want you to understand. So make sure when you do that, and you set your tank up, your new tank, and you got your new ball python, you make sure when you bring it home, you get that tank right, and you use a thermostat. Thermostat with your heat pads. Alright, they have different types. They have pulsating, they have the straight kind that just shut off and on. It's personal preference. As far as temperature settings, personal preference. As far as those type of things. But there is a limit of what's too high, and there is a limit of what's too low. So you don't want to set your temperature settings too high, and you don't want to set it too low. Alright? So we'll have another conversation about this later on. This is a little bit of ball python care and handling or whatever. Hopefully you find some good information here. This is my bongo. No, I'm sorry. It's not my bongo. This is my phantom. This is my phantom pastel. Alright, here we go. Y'all have a good one. Just always keep in mind that if you're going to be keeping your reptiles in the tub system, you want to definitely make sure that your humidity and your temperature is set right. Because you could turn the tub system into an oven. She's ready to tag me. So let me go ahead and let her go because she's getting herself together. But yeah, she's getting ready to tag me.